heard myself being introduced like that. Thank you, Honor. Your Excellency, Reverend Dr. Julius Sullivan Sauer Nelson Jr., the chairperson in absentia of the Board of Trustees of Drake University, former president of the University of Liberia here present, members of the faculty senate and the University Council, presidents and heads of academic institutions, professors, associate and assistant professors, deans, associate and assistant deans, members of professional departments of the University of Liberia, Dr. John Silu, Dean and members of the David H. Pratt Vocational and Technical College of this great university, Dr. Joseph Gray, Dean and members of the College of Social Sciences and Humanities, known as Liberia College, Dr. Cecilia Castell, Dean and members of the William P. S. Tubman College of Education, known as Teachers College, President and members of the Faculty Association, administrative and support staff, government officials here present, the University of Liberia Choir, the leadership of the University of Liberia Student Transitional Committee, the president and leadership of the graduating class, the amazing graduates of the MENI class of 2020 and the first class of the next century, guests, families and friends, loved ones, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all other protocols duly observed. My dear audience, kindly join me as we pause for a moment of silence in memory of faculty colleagues who could not be here today, and members of this university and our dear country who have answered to the call of our Maker and Creator. May their souls and the souls of all faithfully departed rest in perfect peace and light perpetual shine on them. Kindly stand as we observe a moment of silence. Thank you very much. I am glad to be back here at a place that hosts my former office, the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Despite being a member of the senior management team then, and ensuring that the stadium was well kept and maintained among many things, I never one day thought I'd be here standing at this very stadium addressing all of you. I'd like to thank Minister Wilson and the team who are keeping the ministry active. Dr. Nelson, faculty members, student body, I must sincerely thank all of you on behalf of my family, my beautiful two daughters, 6-year-old Iman and 8-month-old Ihsan, my parents, The young people of Liberia for such an honor and opportunity to serve as the 101st commencement speaker of the MENI class of 2020. And so the youngest female. But I'd like to particularly extend our appreciation to Dr. Nelson and the commencement committee, because as I've learned, this is the very first time that you're going to have young people addressing this graduation. And I really like to thank you for such an honor. Liberia is a very young country. More than 70% of our population is below the age of 35. And if we must include our young people, we must include them in all facets of our country's development, including being a convocation speaker of Liberia's oldest university. Good morning, Dr. Nelson. Interestingly, the University of Liberia has always been a part of my family for a very long time. My dad, Ambassador Mweba Ekofana Sr., some many years ago, matriculated and graduated from the Liberia College with a Bachelor of Science degree in English, and later studied for a Master's in International Relations from the Bamangida School of International Studies. He also served at the university as lecturer of English and literature for 15 years. My mom, on the other hand, Mrs. Siaka Chazolu Fofana, she wrote as well, stated at this great university and obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in biology. Upon my graduation from high school, the government, I was awarded a full tuition to come and attend the University of Liberia. I was so excited that I was going to continue the family tradition by enrolling at this great university. And as a student target, the macrocosm of the larger society, South. Unfortunately, when we started the exam that year, it took nearly 2 years for the entrance results to come out. Such was the time when nothing worked easily at this university. From fighting to getting buses, to struggle for registration, to setting up roadblocks to get visas, and many, many more difficulties that the students faced, and each of these results was least on the list. As eager as I was to learn, I could not wait any longer. I had to enroll at the university that I graduated. For me, Dr. Nelson, faculty members, this reflection is important as we take stock to see how far the University of Liberia has come and assessing the current state and thinking what role specifically and strategically this university must take in beginning the next century. Today marks an important day, not just in the lives of you graduates, your families and friends. It is a great milestone for the University of Liberia itself and the country at large. Its dream that started over 100 years ago have produced some of Liberia's best. You have been your class, the MENI class of 2020, called from the Kala language to mean new beginnings, and it is appropriately styled to commensurate with the beginning of this new century, the next 100 years. If you know a thing or two about new beginnings, you must know it does not happen in a vacuum. We must be thankful for the great strides and even greater feats that have made today possible. Remember, life is a succession of beginnings. Most beginnings appear small and insignificant. But if you think about it, nothing could be further from the truth, because everything that is starts with the beginning. Remember our Liberian parents. We sit on an old map to plant a new one. As you know, the University of Liberia started in 1862 as Liberia College and became full university in 1951. The dreams of the forefathers was that the Republic of Liberia also had within itself a means of educating its citizens for all the duties of public and private life. Against this backdrop, Professor Simon Greenleaf, the Harvard College law professor who drafted Liberia's independent constitution in 1847, led the effort to establish Liberia's college. Joseph Jenkins Roberts, first president of Liberia College. In those same formative years, the University of Liberia had closed due to several reasons. However, there were some transformations that happened, and now student activism shifts, and how student activism shift our country from this great university. As we move ahead, graduates, we must not lose track of the global pandemic challenging our healthcare system, the novel coronavirus disease. We have also learned of the lingering challenges of the Ebola that's posing in this region. We must remain alert. We must support our health and frontline workers. We must protect ourselves and families. And most importantly, we must protect our dear country, Liberia. Mr. President and members of the administration, the University of Liberia has come a long way, a very, very long way, and an even longer way ahead. If we want even par with our friends in the region and beyond, we must be deliberate and do things differently. We must be encouraged to contribute to the production of knowledge to better our world and our country. We must encourage research among our faculty members and students alike. We must build a competitive academic environment where students will see the need and value quality, competitive academic achievements in education. We must encourage our students to reduce the outage from knowledge producing intellectuals and not just the package, the sound. They must be prepared to think critically and not just be job seekers, but job creators. Some of the world's greatest inventions started from university students and university campuses. As we go to the next 100 years and begin planting the seeds today, our infrastructure needs to be improved. Our university classrooms need to be on par with our neighbors. Our classrooms need smart boards that are connected to the internet for easy access to learning. Our restroom needs to be connected to national water systems with running water. Mr. President, the next 100 years, we should not be discussing these little things like internet connectivity. Members of the faculty, Mr. President, the University of Liberia has some of the best faculties in the Republic. We must maintain and build our infrastructure. The University of Liberia must, by all means, take care of its faculty members. We must work to ensure that they are well paid to eliminate corruption from our classrooms and the proliferation of pamphlets. They say if you want the fish, they say if you want the cat not to eat the fish, Tell the kids not to smell. This is no justification for corrupting our food system. Mr. President, I know you have a very beautiful platform and a very beautiful agenda for this university. We pray that those dreams and aspirations will come true. But it has to come with commitment and unity with our academic community. So the Teachers College, graduates of the William P.S. Kaplan Education College, graduates of the William P.S. Kaplan College of Education, graduates of the William P.S. Kaplan College of Education, graduates of the William P.S. Kaplan College of Education. Yes. You see, if you have been following us recent, I'm sure you listened to our President, Excellency President George Weah, taking his anger at the Ministry of Education for the filthiness of our classrooms, especially our public schools. Trust me, my dears, this is an old age problem. And as we leave the walls of this university today, and some of you are already in the classroom, you must be the ones to inspire your students. You must be the ones to ensure that your students in your classroom are adequately enough and the children are happy to go to school. You must be able to contribute to a learning environment that will help the students to learn, to unlearn, and to relearn. The responsibility of the betterment of our country lies in your care. Do not be the one of those teachers that are teaching the students to fail, so that at the end of the day, you will just make up fees and do pamphlets and do otherwise. Do not be the ones to contribute to encouraging sex for grades, because that is very rampant in our school system. Be the change and ensure that our classroom is conducive for the students to learn. And we must be sure that there is competition in our classroom. The Liberia College, the oldest college of this great university, the foundational college of the University of Liberia, the economic social sciences, the anthropologists, the mass communicators, the politicians, the geographers, the historians, the artists, the leaders of this great country. My dear friends, let me tell you that you in various disciplines. I must encourage you to be the agents of change. The only way our dear country will develop is when you social scientists who will be working in the development sector, in the NGO sector, will stay firm and uphold integrity in our dear country. So all of you politicians and incoming activists, whatever field you find yourself, be the change you want to see in your community. Someone here, David Trust. David Trust. TJ. We know it can be easy in those classrooms, but we are happy that you are here today. You know, the dream of Mr. David Trust will live on within you. despite feeling disease today, that dream that you carry will help transform our beloved country. The dream of helping our country through the support of Her Excellency Madam Ellen Johnson to ensure her very good friend who helped the people of Chipmount will forever live with you. But most importantly, it will manifest in all of you how you carry yourself going forward. As you obtain your AA degrees today, the families are proud by all means they should be. I'm admonishing you, do not stop there. Do not stop there. Do not be complacent. Some of you will be obtaining AA degree in agriculture. Be prepared to solve Liberia's food deficit and improve our community environment. Some of you will be obtaining the AA in electrical engineering. Liberia's problem of electricity is an old age one. Do not be the one to contribute to the power test. The engineering, the electrical engineering. Do not be the one to connive with friends and think the LEC and wherever you will be employed to contribute to stealing the electricity. Be the one to bring change to the sector. Be the one to make sure that we have constant and unhindered electricity. So some of you, the civil engineer, some of you are graduating today, and you will be the civil engineer trying to fix our city. Do not be the one to create more cities like the one we have in Plainfield County. You do not need more cities. We need functioning communities. Contribute in those areas. But most importantly, all of you graduates. Today, you are receiving your BA, some of you BSc, some of you AA. But please, my dear friends, do not stop there. Please, AA students, go and get your BA, the BSc, go and get your masters, all of you, pursue higher education, go and get your PhD. It is possible. It is doable. Others have done it before. You too can do it. Now, Mr. President, Dr. Nelson, the administration graduates, permit me just a little to digress. As a child is our dear and beloved motherland. As you know, and as someone who has had the opportunity to serve this great country in the public sector, particularly as Assistant Minister for Youth and Sports, as co-chairperson of Liberia's Vision 2030, and by virtue of my participation as an editorial candidate in the by-election of my county in 2019, but most importantly, as a Liberian who loves Liberia with all of my being. I'd be remiss if I do not speak from my heart during such a moment in such a time in our dear country. So I was only 2 years old when the war broke out in my county, Chipmount. By then we're on the village, we're in the farm. And the rebels attacked, and everyone ran for their lives. And left a toddler under the patch. Some of you who are from rural communities, you know what a hot patch is. That's on the farm that's normally there for shade. There where I was left. From that time until 2005, my life and the life of many young Liberians were in a nomadic state. A refugee here, a displaced there, a refugee here, and a displaced there, all through until 2005. In fact, a most memorable moment was we were one of those, part of those families who were at the great schools where we went to seek refuge during the crisis and people died in our presence. Mr. President, how I survived is only God who gives glory to. Our country, Liberia, is a breathing contradiction. The first one is the number in our years, we are 173 years old, versus our population of only 5 million or thereabouts, with a very high poverty rate. Our population actually makes our Nigerian police laugh at us. They say, Liberia, 5 million, we are complaining. Our many inequalities and the disparity to common services and comparing that without the clean natural resources the country has. Myself and that of my generation have not been able to picture why nearly 5 million people live in so much poverty. We do not understand why pregnant women die on their way in search of medical symptoms. Myself and my generation do not understand why children still up to today walk miles and miles to find a school where there is one. While at 173 years, kids are still sitting on bare floors in classrooms and they're surrounded by bush full of trees. While people are still drinking water from wells, creeks, streams, and our country lies at the foot of the Atlantic Ocean with 6 major rivers, lakes, and all over us there water we have abundance of rain during the rain season. Myself and my generation do not understand, Mr. President, why our mothers and sisters are sexually abused with no long-term remedy. Simply put, why are we so unprotected? The very first time I traveled out of Liberia, I felt cheated and betrayed by my country. Things that people in other places do not think of or think about. For us in Liberia, they're luxury. A luxury of just putting a switch on to have consistent and unhindered electricity, consistent and unhindered running water, covered pipes that we dare not see oozing pieces on our streets. The city council and city government will take that off. That's how a functioning society must work. Well, I am one of those people that is tired with, oh, we have war, oh, the warfare. It has been a very long time. The war has been over. It is time that we must proper solutions for lasting development of our country. The war is not a justification for why public officials embezzle national resources into our country. Our generation and the generations after us deserve better. We want solutions. We want solutions. I still do not understand why public servants are investing so much resources in private projects and are not ensuring our schools and hospitals are up to standard. In my office, Mr. President, these views are a reflection of myself and my generation based upon where we come. It does not in any way represent that of the University of Liberia or my work. Now I do understand that in Liberia we have led to appeasing our political leadership, and it's not just today, and it's not yesterday. We work so much to appease the optical lens. Our presidency has become a theater of eye service. Our presidency has become a theater of eye service. Public servants do not go to do their job. They want to just so that the president can see that they're working. Public servants, you have to do your job. I understand that our president is currently unaccounted for. But most of our offices, everyone has gone unaccounted for. Even the department responsible to sweep Broad Street or other places, they have to go accounted for. We must change that notion. For Liberia to develop, we must think of how productive our country can be based on the contribution that we all make. If only our public servants will truly serve the youth and look at our country for the good of its people, the public. The best thing we can all do, especially you public servants, can all do for our dear president, is to serve your country with pride and dignity and do your work. This moment now hatred is facing some challenging realities. Today we have abstract winners versus losers, opposition versus ruling parties, binary. So our political side, and there's no room for gray areas. And free thinkers, contributors, people who do not take in those binaries. We have closed our system to friends and supporters. This, my dear Liberians, Liberia is treading on the difficult and dangerous path if we must continue in this manner. So our friends who pass their parade in the streets, tagging themselves as opposition, what role do you add to the discourse? Isn't it time to provide sophisticated practical solutions? What is stopping you from creating industrialized farming opportunities that will provide jobs for our young people? What is stopping you from encouraging and supporting our women to transform their ideas into employable and profitable ventures? What are your solutions? I'm not talking about the individual projects or programs. I mean collectivism. I mean leadership working together. Our country, our government must work together. We must erase this opposition and ruling establishment with that we cannot go further. We cannot achieve anything for the generation beyond us. I bet you to just read Montserrat County. I'm going to go there for a second. I am in Granted my country. See how challenging it is. If we can just work together through a bipartisan approach and beyond political party lines, instead for the goodness of our dear country and to make sure that our country becomes better, we will achieve it. One more thing. I hope our President, His Excellency, that will be listening, or he will get the memo that one of our major problems in Liberia, particularly in Monrovia, is our sewage system. Please, Mr. President, instruct what WFP, I think it's the Water and Sewage Corporation, to fix the pipe. This sewage problem is an old age problem. We know we have two seasons in Liberia, rainy season and dry season. During the rainy season, you can go waterside because of the oozing season. Even as we speak, when we're on our way here on Depot Street, it's bad off. Can we just close our eyes and fix one thing? Let it work perfectly. Let's not spread ourselves too thin and want to fix everything because it's not possible. Can you just fix one thing, and if that thing is the sewage, let the sewage system be fixed? Now, dear judges, the road to success is overrated. The road to success, it looks beautiful. It looks like the beautiful selfie pictures on Facebook and social media and Instagram. But I tell you for free, the back end of success is dirty. It's hard work. It's sleepless nights. You must work very hard to achieve that. Here are 2 tips I'm leaving with you. 1, take your spiritual health important. Some of us who believe in something higher than ourselves, who believe in God. Some of us go to the mosque, some of us go to the church. Some of us who believe in God, please take your God seriously. It is important. Two, take your mental and physical health seriously. Get a trusted friend who you can share your God moments with. Talk to a therapist if you need to talk to someone. Find one, because this world I call life is not easy. Take care of your family by all means. Do not be too busy for your family. Don't say you not let too much work now so you keep big for your family. Do not look down on your family members. Take them seriously. Because when the going gets tough, when you're in your darkest moment, it is family who's going to come to your aid. And my first tip for you, graduates, take your career very seriously. At this stage, do not settle for mediocre level. Do not be complacent. Save money. Invest your resources and work hard to earn rightly. And my first tip for you, graduates, find a space. Volunteer. Volunteer in your church. Volunteer in your mosque, in your community, your country, and be a productive citizen. Do not just be one person who do not want to do anything. Volunteer. But most importantly, among all of the tips I've given you, understand that failure is part of success. The more you fail, it's an opportunity for you to learn and relearn, and you will become better citizens. As I close, let me extend my congratulations to Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, a mentor, a coach, and a board member of the Amude Initiative of the Ellen Johnson Study Presidential Center, of which I am a part, the former finance minister of Nigeria, who recently became the head of the World Trade Organization, something that no woman has ever achieved. So the young women and girls here today, I see many young women, I see our girls that didn't tell me, men. Thank you. But let me talk to you, my sisters. Let me tell you something, sisters. Women have been placed into this trend. I want to tell you, girls, you can achieve whatever you put your mind to. You can achieve anything you put your mind to, and you can make it. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Don't let the naysayers bother you. Trust me, do not let it bother you. Do your best. It's not going to be easy. There will be children, husband on the other side, family on the other side. Step out roadblocks. The wall is so high. But yes, sisters, it is achievable. Whatever you put your mind to, give it to your maker. Keep your mind and head up. It has been an honor serving you and being your convocation speaker. As I take my seat, there's this old man and this young man. Every time, we are young people, we never want to now, we say, oh, what are old people? So there was this young man who went ahead and caught a small bird. They call it content. These small birds, they fly in the grass. So if you have this small bird in your hand, it's so tiny that you can cover it. So they said this old man was smart. And this young man said he was going to catch that bird and walk to this old man. And he will ask the old man, so old man, I have a bird in my hand. Tell me if this bird is dead or the bird is alive. So in his mind, he said, the old man told him that the bird was dead. He will open his ears and the bird will fly away. But if they always talking that the bread is alive, you will feed the bread will die. So no matter what the woman does, you will still want to be the winner in his mind. So he was walking happily. He went to the old man. He said, Papa, I left my bread in my hand. Tell me if this bread is dead or the bread is alive. So the Papa looked at him for long. The Papa said, my son, the life of that bread is in your hand. You can decide to kill it or you can decide to let it live. So it's up to you, whatever you want to do with the bread. So who was the winner? Of course, I am telling you that they're all of us instead and you will be making so. The life of your careers are in your hands. You can decide to do whatever you want to do. But I'm sure with this in the inner class of 2020, you will not be successful. Congratulations and have a wonderful graduation. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. We now have the definition of outside participation students. Mr. President, members of the Parliament Senate, for the purpose of this particular agenda, the College of Social Science in the United States will be recognizing outstanding students, faculty members, and administrators that work very diligently and perform academically. The presentation is based in 3 categories. The first group will recognize students with outstanding performances. And the second group will be our faculty, outstanding faculty from the various departments. And the last group will be administrators. I will now start with outstanding faculty. At the College of Social Science and Knowledge, we have over 230 faculty. For out of the number, so far we will be recognizing 5 outstanding faculty members. I will now proceed with the name of the honorees. Because of current factor will not be presenting certificate, but at appropriate time, certificate will be presented to our honorary at college. If you get a name, please. If you get a name, please step forward. J. Magnetic Bruno. J. Magnetic Bruno. Second on the list, Mr. D.J. Bomba of the Department of Geography. The third will be recognized is Madam Pauline Brown of the Department of Education. The fourth faculty member will be recognized is Frank Samula of the Department of Mass Communication and Media Studies. Frank Samula. And the last but not the least is Formula Football for the Department of English and Literature. Formula Football. Formula Football. We now move to our administrator. If you get a meeting example, Mr. Tanu Wong. Mr. Tanu Wong. Mr. Tanu Wong. Mr. Mohammed Kanu from the Department of Sociology. Mohammed Kanu from the Department of Sociology. Mr. Solomon Malik from the Department of Geography. Solomon Malik from the Department of Geography. Come forward. And the fourth person on the list now, Mrs. Nancy Uzo from the Department of Mass Communication. Please come forward. And the last but not the least, we have Mr. Andrew King from the Department of Andrew King. We now move to the important part of the occasion to recognize our outstanding students. Students who perform, who have been exceptionally well. Number one on the list is Mr. Stephen C. Thomas, Manda Kulali. Mr. Baba Senpi from the Department of Geography, Manda Kulali. Now please come forward. We move to honoring with good life. Harriet D. Gay from the Department
Let them go back.
I have one faculty member, that is Mr. Tom and Richard. Mr. Tom and Richard is applied to the this is something that I tend to recommend in one meeting. When you have us saying to you that we invite our curricular after 34 years, it was Mr. Tom who said I took the lead to supervise the other faculty members to do that. When we took the junior high curriculum to ACC and the faculty senate to be passed, that we can vote today, that we are now recruiting students to do junior high teacher education, to fill the gap in our country. It was some Tom and Richard that took the lead to supervise the faculty. Mr. Tom Richard, they took you as a prize. Your certificate is coming. Thank you so much for the power.
Good afternoon, Dr. Nelson, and the rest of the classroom audience. For us, the basic instruction in education of Christian College, please to say that we are working hard for those that extremely need work. The outstanding people are selling that we send. So like you, we have certificate that have gone beyond just calling and using for one year to see that certificate and beyond certificate. We start with the academic staff. The outstanding faculty members are instructor, chairman, Kenneth. Please help also deliver the certificate. Next is Mr. Elton Howard. Mr. Elton Howard is the chair of the Institution Education Delegate Class today of the way today. For the first part, we have 5th grade. 5th grade is the assistant fund manager for class grade. Have been committed to work and is willing to take responsibility. Another person is Mr. Bato Mokai, electrical lab technologist. Mr. Mokai, Mr. Gray, Mr. Vice President, come and receive this opportunity on behalf of Mr. Bato Mokai. Next is Madam Felicia Mina. Commonly known as Madam CJ, Felicia CJ. Apart from people who went on students who went on honor roll, we also look at the importance of students, those that are well behaved. Not only that, they are always willing to take responsibility. One is Yaki Wati. This guy is always willing to work and help his colleagues. We have Joseph Fiore. Joseph. He is another student, hard-working student, well-behaved student, always ready to work to help students. Okay, those are well on honor roll. We need to just certificate for them. We're waiting for you. Thank you very much. We have 3 honor roll students. Daniel Newman, we didn't prepare certificate for this student. Certificate will be given to them. Christian. Daniel Newman, National School. Solomon G. Square. Comfort and Kelly K.B. Mansore. Punari. Are you here? Okay. Kelly Mansore. Solomon Fire. Escali Masale Kunale. Okay, these are the people we are here to recognize and appreciate for the hard work, commitment, etc. Mr. President, let's give me a him. Shall we give me a him? Hello? These are the people I see you. Actually, shall we give me a him? Okay. Mr. President, thank you very much for the support given us. Had it not been your support, we were not going to get this graduation. Thank you very much.
Let's put our hands together for the honorees. Thank you. Dr. Moses Santina, Vice President for Academic Affairs, will now present the petition of the candidates for bachelor's and associate degrees in the university to the president of the university of Nigeria. Dr. Zina. Mr. President, we are very pleased to present to you 697 candidates from the three undergraduate colleges who, having satisfactorily fulfilled all the requirements and exercises of Nigeria, herewith petition through me for admission into the relevant degrees as indicated by the University of Nigeria, pending the conferral of degrees by you. Mr. President, I present to you 378 candidates from LIBERIA-DAY, the College of Social Sciences and Humanities, to be admitted pending the conferral of degree by you to the degree of Bachelor of Arts as indicated, with the early in English, 5 in French, 12 in geography, 2 in history, 48 in mass communication, 14 in political science, 275 in sociology, 19 in social work, and 22 in demography. With the candidates from LIBERIA College, the College of Social Science and Humanities, please stand.